This is Twisted Granny Tarot. Thank you for coming to my seance. No, my circle. My astrology reading tonight. Okay. And this is, I think, the only YouTube tarot card reader that uses a horoscope as a pattern, because we get a lot more information out of this. We got 12 houses. We're going to put a card on each one of these spots, and we're going to get information about each one of those, just like it's a little window into your house. What's going on in there? Okay. Now, here we go. I have brought my handy dandy little a year and a day calendar, assembled by a person that I'm acquainted with who makes this calendar every year. It's on really good paper. It hangs up real nice. And it's got lots of different kinds of tidbits from past pantheons, so we can see how far we've come or not come. So let's see. Well, here's an article here in this August 2025, the 7th. It says here, on August the 7th, Hathor is honored in festival known as Breaking the Nile. Now, this doesn't tell me what Breaking the Nile is, but it says Breaking the Nile. It might be just like worshiping it somehow so that the water can continue to flow and spread itself all over the delta and bring rich crops. The last paragraph on here says August 7th is also the mourning rite, Mourning, like you're in mourning, of Adonia, held in honor of the dying hero god Adonis. So Adonis must have died on August 7th in some year, and they hold an event. Those who still participate in that kind of things or still want to remember the old days, the old ways, can do that. All right, so here we got. Now this deck might take me a little longer than some decks because it's basically like the others, but it's new, so the art is a little bit different. So I might. Go over my time limit. I hope that's okay with you. All right, first house. Oh, matter of fact, your first house over here on this astrology chart says, first house has to do with self-appearance. But when we're doing a card reading, it has to do with what is on your mind. So what are you thinking about most these days? So the answer is, what's bugging you, Mr. and Miss? Because what we have here is friction. We have here unsettled influences that are, people are having conflicts around you. Maybe you're having a conflict with yourself, or a conflict with your roommate, or a conflict at work. There's just some kind of situation that rankles you, okay, at the moment. Now, second house, it says 9 of Cups. Well, this is a pretty darn good card to have in its second house. The second house rules your money, what you do with it, how you play with it, how you spend it or don't spend it, and what's your general attitude about money. Well, right this minute, you're feeling wildly successful because this man is very happy, because this card of the 9 of Cups is considered to be one of the best cards in the deck, because it has to do with somebody who's got 9 full, wonderful cups. The cups are gold. Inside the cups are all any assorted number of wonderful things, and he is very happy about that. So you might be in a flush of money, or a situation with money that's looking very good for you, because that's how this card makes me feel. You got money and making you feel good. All right. Third house. Whoa, third house has got to do with communication. Emails, text messages, phone calls, that kind of thing. Oh, short distance trips, that kind of thing. So what we got, the Knight of Pentacles. So are you a person at work, who has to be the person that holds order in the court, so to speak. So you might hold some responsibilities that make you feel, responsible for the morale at work or for the schedule at work and for making decisions just about every darn day about talking to people about this and that. So you have lots of opportunity to talk. Now, this is a face card, so I put a modifier on it. What's the modifier? This is the Knight of Cups. So he tries to be, the Knight of Cups, when he talks to people, he tries to be humorous, and he tries not to come down too hard on people. However, see this card that came on top of it? That's Justice. So sometimes the person who's in charge of morale and who's in charge of the schedule and who's in charge of, might be you, other various responsibilities that have to do with personal contact with your employees. Well, that would be your conversational kinds of things. So there might be, sometimes there are going to be reasons that you have to come down hard on people. And you may have to follow the company's standards, so to speak. Meaning there's probably a reference in the manual, the company manual, about what to do when X happens. And that's when you pull in and say, I'm really not the bad guy, it's company policy. Yay. Okay? Now we got the fourth house. Fourth house is your home. Fourth house is, you're dreaming about two different homes. Right here she is. La. And so these two pentacles, well, she's trying to make a decision, and she's also dreaming two different dreams. One house in one place and one house. Now, people do it all the time. I don't do it all the time, but I pretend that I do. So when, this actually could be you buying a house, or you could be buying a second home. I asked somebody at my table when she came to the store one day. She said, well, yeah, I have a house, but we're trying to buy a camper. Well, that ain't a house. So we're going to take that camper and travel with it, because they have some certain kind of a job where they have lots of, I think they're magicians, they're musicians. And so they go on tour and then they come back, and they go on tour and then they come back. So you either want a camper, or you want a motorhome, or you want an actual vacation home in addition to your regular home. All right, fifth house is romance and creativity. This card is the World. Well, now that's a rather large category, wouldn't you say? The World? So you may, let's pretend you have some creative job some creative endeavors in front of you that require you to get a wild idea. Let's pretend. Because you need that wild idea in order to complete your required whatever in the world. Sorry, I'm trying to get my phone to stop buzzing. Anyway, so the world, I wanted to say the world is your oyster. Well, it's your oyster to pick through if you're looking for new ideas. What can I do with this? What can I do with this? What can I do with this? Because people can find inspiration and let's pretend you're a songwriter. Let's pretend you write books. Let's pretend you write ad copy. All kinds of wild thoughts can come in your head and translate into an award-winning ad, or at least a funny ad, or an ad people will pay attention to it. Now, remember, it does not have to be ads. You could be making a new type of jewelry for a new type of person. Okay, if it's actual physical stuff. But because Geminis are cerebral, that most of your diet, you talk to yourself. Actually, Geminis, they just have two heads. They can talk to themselves. They don't need anybody else there. Don't be mad at me now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sixth house of work and health. Now, what's this guy doing? He's sneaking down the stairs into the cellar with a bunch of books, and he looks like to me he's stealing them. He's taking them to hide. So 7. Now I'm going to have to ask you to excuse me for a minute. Oh, because I need to look at the 7 of Swords right here, because this picture does not match what I think the 7 of Swords looks like. So, oh, all right. He's running away with things because he's been. There are secrets in these books, and he's using them like a trophy. Here are some things that I learned in battling with that professor, and I'm going to take everything I wrote down by him and either bury it, burn it, or put a ribbon on it. So this is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So work and health. Okay. I don't think you like being, you like being self-employed. You like being self-employed. Self-employed means you don't need to go through anybody else to get done what you want to get done. And number 2, in case you didn't know, the closest thing you can get to being self-employed is an outside salesman. In case you didn't know, I'm giving you that. Okay? So he might want to take the knowledge that he's learned from this particular professor or this particular job and keep it and use it when he needs to, because he wants to get out of here. Look, he's running down to the cellar as fast as he can go. All right, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7th house. Money from other people. No. 7th house is marriage partnerships and business partnerships. Sorry. And we got 2 swords here. Are you cutting up a partnership? And now let me look at this, because I don't remember what exactly a 2 of swords looks like. But, see, this one doesn't look a bit like the one that's in the book here. So what this means is, in the original picture, she got a blindfold on, all right. But she's sitting down, and she has her swords crossed in front of her like this. So blindfold, crossed like this, and she may be light years away from making a decision because she really doesn't want to. In this card, she doesn't want to make a decision. Well, some kind of situations require a decision. So, what your average reader, which I'll be an average reader today, and all she has to do is put down her swords, take her blindfold off, and she will be able to see exactly where she is and what she can do about where she is. Okay, you understand that, right? We've all been in those situations. I don't want to go through anymore. So, this 2 of swords. Oh, sugar babe. Do you want to leave the person that is your romantic partner? Do you want to just get away and be able to think things through? Because a marriage partnership is and business partnership is what this woman is avoiding making a decision about. Now, not that I have said that, though, she also, remember, this is marriage partnerships and business partnerships. So this could be a continuation of the feelings and the story she has about how to become self-employed. It's possible to do that, or mostly self-employed. You can be most of the time out of the office, and as long as you're turning over your numbers, you could do whatever you want. And Geminis need to do whatever they want. There's no keeping them in a box anyway. Oh gosh, they're so fun, really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 8th house is money from other people. Now we got a message card. Money from other people. What's the message about the money from other people? Oh my God. Always bringing a message. It's, wow, I'm going to say it's all about, so it's all about corporate money. There's some kind of corporate money thing. So eighth house is money from income tax checks, inheritance checks, lawsuit checks. Um, Name me something else. I don't know, lawsuit checks, stuff like that. And this is the magician. Girls, kids, it's the number one card on the deck. Now, there's a card before this called Zero, and it's called the Fool. Nobody is a fool, but he represents, that Fool card represents a person who's begun a journey, and you need to talk to somebody, because the Magician is the next card. You need to talk it over about where you're going and who you're going to see. You need to figure that out. So what I'm going to say is it's highly likely, because this is a major arcana card, that you are going to get unexpected bonus, income tax check, inheritance check, lawsuit check. You may not even know it's coming. You may not even know it's coming. It might be something you forgot about a long time ago, and the funds are finally coming through. So, good for you. I can't wait to get it. I hope it gets you on your way to where you want to be. Okay? Ninth house is philosophy, religion, higher education, and long distance travel. So, if we go to, hold on, this does not look like the Six of Cups. I'm so annoyed. Oh, I should. Well, in this picture, in the standard Rider-Waite picture, it's two people, but without all this periphery around the side, this frippery on the side. So these two people like each other. They're playing together. I think this, if you were in a Wiccan coven, this would be the high priestess, and this would be a child. Although those high priestesses don't teach anybody under 18, in case you didn't know that. And so it's, because this is your ninth house, you want to spend some time doing things, going here, going there, because they represent a certain amount of freedom and a certain amount of education and enlightenment you're going to get. Because the ninth house is philosophy, religion, higher education, and long distance travel. Philosophy. We may be able to repeat the definition of the word philosophy, but I don't know if anybody knows what it is, and there's no reference to that in this, so I'll have to get it another day. So then there is philosophy, religion. Well, that means spirituality. So there are actually thousands of different religions or spiritual practices in the world. And here in America, we're allowed to know about 3 of them, and they're all single deity religions, all one God. All the people from these religions go to hell, unless you don't believe that, and I don't believe that. So it helps people find a way to live in this world and not have it complicated by man-made rules. How about that? That'd be good? Okay. Then philosophy, religion, higher education. So if you never got to take a course in, let's just say you want to study past lives with Edgar Cayce. If you don't know who that is, look him up. Cayce. It's astounding. And philosophy, religion, higher education, and long distance travel. Isn't it Mark Twain that says something about travel eliminates any shred of personal prejudice, because it proves to the traveler that people are all the same wherever you go. And we see no differences in them. They're just a different person living in a different place, and they're coping the best they can. That's what we all do. Okay, that's the ninth house. 10th house is your career. Oh, look at her. Well, actually, yeah. You want to be this person. In the original description of the 9 of Pentacles, it's a woman who's married. She's in her garden. She's very happy. She's very rich. And she helps people, but only to a degree. She's not an unlimited bank, and she's not necessarily uh, diplomatic. Okay, so but we got this here. So I think you want to be the boss. However, if you can be the boss of yourself, you'll take that, right? With no interference from other people, the boss of your own endeavors. You don't have to own the company, you just work for people who turn you loose. Yay! Okay, so I'm saying that what? Oh, you're dreaming of that job already. And I think it's not going to be undoable. But I'm not getting the feeling that you're going to be a sole proprietor who employs 3 or 4 or 5 people. I don't even know if it'll be that big. I don't even know what. Think insurance guys. There's one guy in the office and a secretary and maybe somebody who's training. So that might be plenty of money for you. It doesn't have to be any more serious than that. Okay? 11th house. Lordy, Lordy. Now we got long-term plans. And here's a good-looking guy. I wouldn't mind making a long-term plan with. And what's the long-term plan? Oh, and friends from previous employers. What is that? Okay, the woman in this picture makes me think of that. I think she's a congresswoman, although she could be a senator. She hasn't lost an election in 30 years. She's from Massachusetts, got black hair and got those, sometimes her hair is purple or blue or up here. And I just love her because she just, she ain't putting up with nothing. Okay, now let's see what the 3 of Wands is. See, now I started opening the book, now I can't stop. Yeah. 3 of Wands. Okay, well, no wonder I don't recognize it, because in the other picture, it's a scene on an ocean with 3 ships. And there's a dry land and there's a guy looking out at the ships in the water. What's that got to do with this? That's why I have to have the other thing. All right. So, 3 of Wands. So the 9th house is long-term plans and friends from previous employers. You need to call up your friends from previous employers and ask them where they work now, and is she happy there, or he, and what do they make there, and do they need any help in so-and-so category? Because that's what she's doing. She's in the midst of planning her next move. Just like the guy who's watching the ships come in on a regular deck of tarot cards, he's making plans to take those items off of those ships and categorize them and sell them and deliver them. Okay, he's got plans for those things. And this, it's a Knight of Cups. So okay, there's going to be somebody who's willing to help you. It doesn't have to be a man. It could be a woman. It'll probably be somebody who's just has a lot of good feelings for you. You know, she just remembers you, or he remembers you, and if you need advice or help, they're willing to give it to you. So don't be surprised if you do call your friends from previous employers. You may be successful in following up on leads. They're going to give you leads, and you can follow up on them. Okay, leads to a new job. So then there is, and then that's all I could think of right this second. Okay? All right. 12th house. This is what you think about when you go to sleep at night. Well, this ain't good. She's tied up. She cannot get out. Okay, so you spend your life worrying about how you're going to untangle yourself from events and situations you don't like. One of them might be going to work every day and being somebody else's minion. You just want to be by yourself, and you're perfectly capable of carrying on your own life and conducting your own business by your own self. Okay? Look at this. These are the lovers. Wow. So this card goes here because it sort of plays off every other card that's in the circle here. So actually, all this might lead you to a viable candidate for romance. So don't stop anything. Just keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. Or B, this person may be in your life at this time and they're not quite ready to make a move, so to speak, or declare themselves. And it might not take place until after you leave your current employment. Remember, because it's not a good idea to carry on with a coworker. That's what we're told. And we all know somebody who might have got in trouble for that. So, this is a very good reading. So, what do we have here? Okay, we got this is a major arcana card. This is a major arcana card. This guy is a major arcana card. And this. Well, that's 4 of them. Excellent. Okay, so what we got right here is your necessity to use office politics and office rules to save yourself grief. Let's put it that way. And the world was in your 5th house, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5th house. So you have a lot of creative situations. You have a lot of creativity in your head. And you're probably very romantically popular. Probably popular with members of the opposite sex. And that's where you have the most fun. And this person is ready and available. That would be you. You can make arrangements to be available. And so what do we have here? This one is the Magician. And that is, oh my God, that is how you're going to get your next job. Because you can't argue with the Magician. No. He's going to be right there. So don't give up. Decide what you're looking for. Make yourself a little list. You want a job that does this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And then put it on your desk. Oh, no, you can't do it. Put it at home in front of your, on the wall behind your computer. Okay? In the car. Taped to your steering wheel if your boss is not going to come drive with you that day. Okay? Because just having to see that goal in front of you, you really don't even have to work on it. You don't even have to work at it. No. Because that little piece of paper and that desire is going to find its way up to people up there who love you, and they're going to send you what you need. You know how I know this? Because good things happen to me because of that. And there's no reason for me to keep them to myself. You should know what they are too. All right. Listen, this has been you guys got me talking a lot today, so thank you very much. I enjoyed it. So, thanks for coming. This is Twisted Granny Tarot. Come back and see me next time. Love you, mean it.